What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
My name is Jeff.
And we're back with another trophy list. Today is a bit of a mixed bag, so let's get into it. So welcome back to another episode, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are doing a review of Play Changer 312's list. Has been a couple of years, bud, so I do apologise, it's taken a little while to get to you. Play Changer is saying to us, professional trophy hunter on Twitch, Play Changer 312, go and check them out. Before we do get on with the good stuff, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to give a massive shout out to my patrons and to my channel members. It is really appreciated, guys. Thank you so much. So straight in with the stat things, we've got, like I said in the intro, a mixed bag today. There's a bit of all sorts going on, a lot of games, so we move. 536 trophy level, 11,528 total trophies, 220 platinums, which was very nice, 1,056 gold, 2,411 silver, and we've got 7,841 bronze, which is very nice indeed. 389 games played, 215 of those completed to 100%. Completion rate of 68.14%, which has given us an unearned trophy amount of 5,410, which is quite a lot. So we'll have a look at this as we go down. But a solid number of trophies every single day. So I don't know if you're hammering these games out, but maybe just leaving like DLCs and things. Maybe you're not bothered. We will see. 2,089 views on the page, and then we've got some world and country ranks there. And I don't know if this might be the first time we've had someone from Portugal as well, which is awesome. I'm a big fan of Portugal, lovely place. So straight on with it. I mean, as we can see floating across the top, Play Changer is currently in the process of playing Control, which is an awesome game. So I'll look forward to seeing how close you are to that when we get there. Starting off then, actually before we do the games, I've changed the extension. So if you remember in the last episode, I'd mentioned that something happened with the PSMP extension. We didn't have the ratings. Well, we've got the other one now, which a lot of other people are using. Only there's now another little glitch with this. It only seems to be loading so many, and then we get so far down and they're not there anymore. Maybe one of you guys has a resolution to this and can let me know. That'd be awesome, because I can't find anything just now, but hopefully we can get it to fill the rest of the games in it at some point. So starting off with a different game, but unfortunately not finished. It's not a platinum. 100-foot robot golf. Blimey, what is this? I've never heard of it, and just out of curiosity I'm going to open it up just so we can see. Obviously there's no guide for it, which is why it was saying NA on the other screen. But yeah, I've honestly not heard of this. Some nice juicy ultra rares though. Some of the boys will be interested. Yeah, 0.35. Blimey. Yeah, I've never heard of that, so not too much I can comment on. And as I say, we've got a lot of games here, so I'm not going to pick everything out. First platinum though, 1111, Memories Retold. Something that I may look to do myself. Something I've mentioned previously. I'm sick of seeing the same games at the top of my list. So I've been looking at stuff that would appear first, that wasn't too grubby. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, 3 and 3 freestyle, we know is quite difficult. 7 out of 10, 200 hours. Is it a 7? See, I've noticed as well when I've tried refreshing these, that is a 7. It hasn't been like the updated version, and I can't remember which game it was from my own list, but I'd seen it, and I just knew it wasn't the difficulty level. So I hit refresh and it changed. So apologies if some of these don't look quite right. We will figure it out. Some platinums with A Hat in Time, A Way Out, nice. Got some 100% here. Pretty good. Tennis, only 3 trophies there. Again, sorry if I'm skipping over some of these quite quickly. We've got, like I said, a lot to get through today. Apescape 2 done. Apescape Academy, nice. Apex Legends is at 100%, lovely. I do always like to see Assassin's Creed. It seems to be me repeating myself once more, but it is a series I still really enjoy. I don't think we've got all of them on here though. There's still some missing, especially, oh hang on, maybe I'm wrong. Come on, work with me here. What have we got? It says 2, Brotherhood, Revelations is there. We've got AC3, got Black Flag. Obviously AC3 you have done on the PS4, but not the PS3 version. That's fine. We've got the newer stuff with Valhalla, which you are yet to finish. It is a chunky game, mind. It is. Be prepared to spend well over 100 hours on this one. Got Unity, got Syndicate, Rogues in there. What am I missing? I do this every time when I get to these games and like Call of Duty and big series. I'm like, got them all, but I'm probably forgetting about something. There will be one in there, won't there? But even still, either way, this is pretty solid. Just hopefully you can get in and do Valhalla, which, you know, looking at the date, we're not going to go in too hard on this one because the last trophy was popped on the 8th of October. So in the last couple of weeks, so you're still playing it, so that's absolutely fine. Yeah, Seto Corsa. So that one doesn't have a guide. So I know one of them is obviously really difficult, isn't it? A 9 out of 10 or something. So maybe, I'm assuming that's going to be just as hard looking at the rarity there. Who knows? Who knows? Back for Blood, nearly done. 9 out of 10, 100 hours. Let's have a look what you need on this one, because with it having DLC, I'd be intrigued to see what you actually need on this one. So we'll just filter this by unearned. I haven't played it, so I can't look in too hard on this, but it'll probably give me an idea, and for those of you that have played it, of course. So kill 53,600 ridden over your career. Complete Act 4 Nightmare difficulty, and complete all Act 3 maps on Nightmare difficulty. Yeah, that makes sense. It's hard. And then we've got some DLC stuff here, which hopefully you can get done at some point. Play Changer. Baseball Riot, 100%. Got some Batman stuff in there for you Arkham fans. Asylum done twice, City done twice, Arkham Knight in there, and then the easiest of the bunch, not finished, the Telltale series. Yeah, I don't know too much about Origins. I haven't played that one. I do know Rob played it quite recently, and he spoke to me a little about it, but I don't know much about it to comment on why you may have not finished that. But yeah, the easiest one of the bunch, 1 out of 10, 8 hours, unfinished. Maybe you weren't enjoying it, but it's all right. You know, as far as Telltale's concerned, I think it's pretty good. It's not one of the best ones, but it's a decent 8 hours, I think. We've got some more unfinished stuff. B-Sim done, Ben 10 finished, 100% there with Beyond Good and Evil. Nice. Biomutant, which I think is a little underrated. Obviously the narrator was really annoying, and I don't think it hit quite as hard as people were hoping, but I still think it's quite underrated. It was really fun. I got a lot of enjoyment out of the game. Black Mirror Platinum. Missing trophies on Bloodborne. This makes me cry, because what a game, by the way. Let's have a look what we're missing. I'm gonna also, I like to do this, just filter them in rarity order as well. So we'll ignore the DLC, that's obviously not been played, that's fine. What are we missing from the main game? So you became an infant, great one. Right, so one of the endings, captivate about one of the endings. You live through the hunt and so on of the day. Acquire all hunter weapon. So, unless I'm mistaken, I mean, it's been a number of years since I've done Bloodborne now, but aren't these the 3 endings? So that would suggest maybe you haven't completed the game, but then you've got all the trophies for all of the bosses. So what am I? Let me just bring this back to all trophies a second. I'm trying to remind myself of if there's something that I'm just being stupid about. No, I don't think there is. This literally is the 3 endings, isn't it? So maybe you haven't. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Definitely go in and get this one done then, because I mean, you clearly have the ability, being that you've defeated pretty much everything else, and then getting all the hunter weapons is not an issue. You could potentially like save scum this, or you could just fly through it again. The first New Game Plus is quite tricky, but after that it's a walk in the park. Yeah, I'd like to see you get that one done. That'd be really good. We have a nice selection of Borderlands games done. Unfortunately, no 100% except the Borderlands 2 on PS3, and this is partly, I believe, where the unearned trophies are coming from. So clearly, you like getting your platinums, and then maybe not too fussed about getting the rest, over the line or to 100% in this instance. But we've got platinums for Borderlands, two platinums for Borderlands 2 across the PS3 and PS4, and then you've done Borderlands 3, and we've done the pre-sequel twice as well. So clearly a big fan. It'd just be really nice to see these all at 100%. It always just looks nice and clean, and a series completion is very nice to look at when it's not just the platinum and the whole thing. I know it sounds like I'm being harsh, but I know you guys kind of see where I'm coming from. Braid, I've never heard of. Brave, nice, back on the PS3. Some interesting games here, and this is what I like about these lists as well, as there's so many different things that we get to look at, and it can give myself and you guys a lot of ideas as well, potentially. So Bully, Bunny Raiders, a lot of these, unfortunately don't have guides, so we can't see off the bat just how difficult they are. Only one Call of Duty game, Call of Duty Ghosts, and 33 of 92 trophies, but as we know, they always plough a lot of DLC into these, don't they? So how far are you actually from the platinum? There's still quite a few, isn't there? Yeah, doable though, doable. Get it done. What else have we got in here? So some platinums with Cars, Racerama, Cartor, Cat Quest 1 and 2. I respect that. Very fun games. Chicken Police, that was recommended to me so much when I was doing my challenge for something a bit short, but I don't know what it was. I didn't quite like the look of it. Maybe I'll check it out again. Chivalry 2 done, nice. But yeah, so many games. Things like City Skylines, which we know a whole lot of trophies, 120 to be precise. Unfortunately, Play Change has only got one trophy, so straight away 119 unearned. So I can kind of see where that that 5,400 is coming from. Concrete Genie without the VR trophies, what a surprise! Thank you, John Callum. Crash 4, can respect and understand why that's not finished. I'm in the same exact boat. Crisis was great, man. Only 6 trophies. That's such a shame. Yeah, some really good games here that, and I know I do apologise, I got excited with Concrete Genie. I skipped past Control, which I know you are playing at the moment. So when we were talking about how maybe you don't really do DLC, it looks like you are here, which is good. See, I don't know what's different from this to maybe like Borderlands, which clearly you love having all of those platinums in there. That'd be good to find out. Really good to know. Yeah, look at all these 5%, 4%, 4%, 5%, and if for those of you who are just listening to me waffling and not watching the vid at the moment, these percentages are not rarity, unfortunately. It's the percentage the game's being left at. Yeah. Dangerous Golf, Dark Cloud, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls Remastered, and it's something else I've touched on a lot in videos as well. Maybe you aren't as bothered by completion rate and unearned trophies and things like that. Maybe you do have that willpower to just try something, and if you're not that bothered, just putting it down and never playing it again, which I think a lot of us would like to have, but our OCD is just through the roof at this point, isn't it, with our list, and we can't help but see games through that we potentially didn't enjoy or wouldn't have played for as long as we did had it have not been for the trophies, kind of thing. So I do respect the people like yourself if that's what you do. It's something I wish I could do myself. Days Gone Platinum, nice, just missing the challenge mode and potentially the new game plus. I do want to start looking into games a bit more like we have so far, just to touch on them a bit more. So yeah, we've got the survival mode, the challenge mode, the new game plus. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to it myself. I think, again, very underappreciated title, and for that reason, probably will never get a sequel now, which is a real shame. DC League of Super Pets, Dead by Daylight, Set 2, Set 3, ooh, ouch. Dead Island Riptide Platinum, Dead or Alive 5 Last Round Platinum, some decent rarities there, very good. Deliver Us the Moon and Deliver Us Mars done, really enjoyable games. I did enjoy my time with those. And then we've got some Destroy All Human stuff in there, as well as a Detroit Become Human Platinum. And this, you'll see what I was talking about. So for whatever reason, this is where it just seems to stop. The extension in Chrome, for whatever reason, I honestly don't know. It's almost like you could say it can only load so many games, which is really, really bizarre. A bit of a shame, but we'll try and get this resolved, because it does come in really handy when we're glancing at these and want to quickly see how difficult or how long something is. Some more unfinished stuff here, which is a real shame. And then we've got some Dragon Quest stuff. So this is the crazy thing as well. I mean, we know how long Dragon Quest is. And you're willing to put this amount of time in, but then there's games really short, like let's say the Batman Telltale game, that are just not finished. Hopefully you can kind of put the effort that goes into this into just some of these other ones, just to try and lift the stats up a little bit. Some more platinums there. Duke Nukem Forever, Dying Light, nice. eFootball 2024. Got some point and click stuff in there. Enigmatis, The Mists of Ravenwood, and The Ghosts of Maple Creek. Very good. Everybody's gone to the Rapture. Lovely little game. Bored the hell out of Becky, but what does she know? Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Love that back on PS4. Lovely. What's that rate? I'm confused. Sorry for the silence there. Just 7% Fall Guys. Oh, so that wasn't like the original launcher one, was it? It was then when it changed. That makes more sense. Isn't that the one if I jump in where it was then a 6 out of 10 or something instead? It was just made a little bit easier. Oh no, it still says 10, but I've seen a guide where someone has said it's a bit easier for some reason. I don't know. Could be talking absolute waffle. Probably that. Some unfinished Fallout stuff, unfortunately, but you have got the platinum for Fallout 76. Yeah, Fallout New Vegas 4 and 3 all started and then just abandoned, which is a real shame. A bunch of Far Cry games, which very much like Assassin's Creed. I know a lot of people have a lot to say about Ubisoft, but I don't mind them. I always know what I'm getting with the games and generally have a lot of fun. And this is great. So we've got 3. You've done 4 twice. We've got 5, 6, Primal, New Dawn on there. Lovely. Really lovely. Like that. And then Fast and the Furious, Slow Racers, Rise of Shifter. Yeah, I played it because I like the Fast and the Furious universe, and I knew it was kind of a kid's version of this or whatever, but I wanted to give it a try, and it was so boring. The cars just are so slow. How it can be called Fast and the Furious is tragic. A couple of FIFA games, 11, 14, 16, all unfinished. And then we've got 3 Final Fantasy titles in there with 10, 12 and 15. Nice to see that you do have the platinum for one of them. We'll of course excuse the percentage just because there's a crazy sheer amount of DLC on that one. And some of which is unobtainable unless you like D-patch and that kind of thing. But yeah, I liked 15 for the kind of the way it was released, in that it was meant to be a completely different game and it was rushed and wasn't quite finished, and I think they did a good job with what they could. It was all right. Certainly one of the weaker entries in the series, but I still had some good fun with it. Flower and Frogger Returns 100%, and then we've got a few platinums. Ghosts of Tsushima, which as we all know is spectacular, and very much looking forward to the newly announced game from Sucker Punch. It's it's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to playing it again, and I think because I do need Legends mode in the New Game Plus doing, it's made me bump it up the list to kind of go back in and enjoy this again before we start to get more from the new stuff. Ghost Runner done, nice. I am looking forward to giving this a whirl. It does look really, really fun. God of War, a few games. So God of War 2018, got original God of War back on PS3. Unfortunately, God of War 3 not finished, but you have got the platinum for Chains of Olympus, which is lovely. Some Grand Theft Auto stuff, got the platinum for 3, 5, you've done twice, nice, both on the PS3 and 4, and then you've also got the platinums for Vice City and San Andreas, which is really good to see. Platinums there for Halloween Puzzle, whatever that is, and Heavy Fire Afghanistan. Interesting. Yeah, a bunch more games. Like I always say, guys, if you want to pause along the way, if you feel I'm going a little too quick, feel free to do that if you want to have a glance over certain sections. Some unfinished stuff with Hitman, which then brings us on to one of my favourite things, which, yeah, I probably don't speak about enough. I'm only joking, yes, every day, isn't it? Love Horizon, and I honestly can't wait to start the PS5 version of Zero Dawn. It's been 7 years since I played it when it first came out, really, 7 years, so many months. So it's been a while. I know I played Forbidden West recently, so I went back in and I'd done the DLC and the New Game Plus stuff. But yeah, Zero Dawn, I'm going to go in and it's going to feel fresh. Obviously, we've got the uplifting graphics and all those kind of things, but it is going to feel like a completely new game because I don't remember a lot of it. Outside of like Meridian, I remember very vividly, but outside of that, I'm trying to picture and imagine some of the quests and that kind of thing. And honestly, the beginning of the game with Rost, and then the stuff around Meridian I remember quite well. But outside of that, as I say, it's going to be really good. You say new character models and motion capture stuff and new graphics, and it's just going to be so cool. And on the back of doing Forbidden West quite recently, I wasn't thinking I was going to get to see Aloy again anytime soon, apart from the Lego, which isn't quite the same, you know what I mean. And then for them to just announce this was awesome. So I will be playing that straight away when it drops. Human Fall Flat, 100%, lovely. Nice to see that you so when we've talked about DLC a couple of times thus far, and you haven't cleaned up a lot of stuff, it's nice to see that when they are dropping this, you are just going back in and getting it back to 100%. That's really good. Nice little bunch here. That's really good. Ice Age Scratch Naughty Adventure is pretty fun. I quite enjoyed it. Just a bit of a collectathon, but it's pretty good. We've got the Infamous games, which I absolutely loved. And while we're on the kind of Sucker Punch topic, as we've just been speaking about them, I do need another Infamous game. I think, yeah, I'm certainly not going to turn down a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. Obviously, it's going to be incredible, but I think I would have preferred a bit like how Rockstar seem to jump between. We get a GTA Red Dead, that kind of thing. I would have loved for another Infamous game first, I feel, and then kind of go back to that, and then back to Infamous. Yeah, I mean, I love my superhero stuff, and how long's it been since Second Son now? Is it 9 years or something like that? I think we're overdue a new game, and if we look at what they did with that and how graphically incredible it was for its time, to think what they could do with it now would be insane. So yeah, yes please, Sucker Punch. More Infamous. We'd love to see it. It Takes Two done. Jak and Daxter Precursor Legacy done. Nice. I know I skipped over Injustice, but we know incredibly difficult, incredibly long. Some Just Cause games in there, which you do have the platinums for. Just missing the DLC here on 3 and 4. I really like them. Again, very similar to Far Cry in the sense of it's just mayhem, isn't it? You just lose your mind a bit, cause carnage, cause havoc, be creative with your kills. It's a lot of fun, and you know what you're getting with the games. The stories are never going to blow anybody away. They're never going to win any awards. However, they're good fun, which is why we play games, right? That's the the whole point of it. Killing Floor 2 done, and Kiwi. Okay, never heard of that. Yeah, like I said, there's more and more unfinished stuff here for anyone just listening to the video, so we won't touch too much on those. Oh, here we go, a nice flurry of platinums and 100%. So running down, Kitten Squad, Corner, Lake, Last Day of June, Last Stop, Learning with the Puyus, Episode 1. Wow. And then some Lego games, which is another series, franchise that I always like to see on a list. So we've got Lego Batman 2, 3, Undercover Supervillains, the 2 Harry Potter games on both PS3 and PS4 actually. Lego Indiana Jones 2, Jurassic World, Marvel Superheroes 2, Marvel's Avengers, Lego Movie. Wow. You like your Lego player changer, you really do. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Force Awakens, The Hobbit, The Incredibles, and Lego Worlds. Wow, very impressive. I like this. This is really good to see. They're really fun games, and again, if I haven't said it enough, it was just the Skywalker saga really left a bad taste in my mouth. Just how long it was, it really burned me. But I got burnt out from playing Lego after that. But it has been a while since that game now, so I think I'll probably jump back in with the Horizon Lego. I know it's from a different team anyway, so it's going to feel different. So I'll jump in and play that, and it might give me that hunger again, and I'll maybe go through and do, I think maybe like the Hobbit, 'cause I know we were given that free, right, not long ago. I'll maybe do that, and then see where we go from there. So Life is Strange. Oh my word, what's happened here? So you've got Life is Strange Before the Storm, which is great. There's no Life is Strange 2, which, yeah, I this is just me, and I know it may feel like I'm being harsh, but it's part of the. I know it's a different story, but you've got to play it. You've got to play it. I don't know. That's just me. I feel like in my mind I couldn't play True Colours without playing a previous installment. I don't know, it just wouldn't sit well with me, but that's just me. Let's see what you're missing on True Colours, because it's just one trophy, so I'm a bit confused. And also why you've what? Complete chapter 5? I mean, I was at least thinking it could have been one of the miscellaneous ones. You've maybe missed it and then just thought, the hell with it, I can't be bothered jumping back in. So surely then, has it glitched or something, and then maybe that's why you haven't gone back in? I'm really confused. So complete chapter 5 of Life is Strange. That's literally the last trophy, and you've collected everything else. So this is either glitched and you haven't wanted to jump back in. But yeah, I was thinking for a second, are you leaving it for a milestone maybe, as a big fan of the series or the game in particular, and you may be lining it up for something. But then this is from a year and 6 months ago. So I would have thought you'd have got close to that milestone now and popped it. I'd be very interested to know what's happened here, player changer. I'm gonna go with glitched trophy, because surely you finished the story. I don't know. Moving on before my head falls off. So we've got some more platinums, Mafia 1 and 2, but 3 left. Money to platinum, some Marvel stuff with Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, and Miles Morales. All PS4 versions there. A few missing games. Again, with these, I don't know, are you just trying them, seeing what they're like, and then putting them down? Are they not for you? And yeah, because these 1%'s they're triggering me a little bit, but I'm glad you can walk away, I really am. Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, and Shadow of War. And this one's for you, Void. I know it's always generally for Rob, but the games are better than the films, 100%, 100 million %. I'm going to get some bad comments. Hopefully I haven't triggered everyone. So Minefield done. We've got Platinums with Mirror's Edge, Mortal Kombat 11, done Moving Out 1 and 2. We just need that DLC on Moving Out. Murdered Soul Suspect, My Friend Peppa Pig, why not? And My Little Pony, A Maritime Adventure, which a lot of us have done now, with this being part of a badge in the server. So yeah, most of us have these now, so I'm not judging. Yeah, and that's a shame as well. Neo 1, so there's another 85 trophies just there. Yeah, real shame, because you've played Bloodborne and you've played some of these others, so you clearly like this genre, and I do think that Neo is one of the better ones. I think it's great, and yeah, such a shame just to see the one trophy. So what have we got here? Omno or Derope, Overcooked 1 and 2. Shame the first one doesn't have a platinum, just 100%, but you have done both. We just need that DLC on Overcooked 2. Paw Patrol Mighty Pups, love to see it. Got that one as well. Was it that one? I'm trying to remember which one I did, because that was also part of the badge. So I know I did one of them, but I can't remember which one it was now. So we've got some more platinums here. Phineas and Ferb, Across the Second Dimension, Pinball Heroes, PJ Masks, Heroes of the Night, and then Police Simulator, Patrol Officers, which you've done quite quickly. 20 hours, 18 minutes. Wow, that is quick. That is very quick. I didn't realise it was this short. So you've done that quite recently when it came out on PS Plus. It is something I've had on my radar, just to add in another simulator game. So it does say 20 hours, so you've just clearly, ploughed through it from start to finish. Wow. Very good indeed. So yeah, it is something I think I'm gonna have a look at. Power Wash Sim done. Just missing that DLC. Yeah, I mean, they kind of are quite expensive at like £6.49 each, but I think for the amount of satisfaction I get from them, and they do last a fair few hours, I don't mind the cost, especially when it's every couple of months. It's only £6, isn't it, every time they drop one. I don't mind, just to keep it at 100%, and it's quite good, especially like recently with Shrek and with Alice as well. It's quite fun cleaning stuff within their universe. I quite enjoy it. The SpongeBob stuff, Back to the Future, Warhammer, whatever the other ones are. It's really fun. We also have Puzzle Journey, Ratchet and Clank, All for One, Full Frontal Assault. Very, very good. Some more unfinished stuff. It's a shame to see Red Dead Redemption 2 at 1%. I know a lot of you guys will be upset looking at that. At least with Red Dead Redemption 1, you've given it a good go, probably completed the story, looking at that kind of percentage. But then to only have one trophy on one of the greatest games ever made is, yeah, absolute blasphemy. Anyway, Resi 5 unfinished. Resi 7, because there's a little bit of DLC, I don't imagine you may be too far away from that. Let's have a little look where you are with it. Yeah, I didn't think you would be. So complete the game on normal, and complete the game on Madhouse, and obtain all the antique coins in Madhouse difficulty. So yeah, you're only one trophy behind me. I think I did it on normal straight away, and it's just these two. But as I've said, a few times now, it's high up on my cleanup list, because I've done all of the hard work now, where you've got the circular saw and you've got the things where you can walk. Is it faster and you can walk quieter or something? You can put these coins on, can't you? And I've sort of heard once you've defeated Mia at the beginning and you've got access to the box, it just becomes a bit of a cakewalk from there. So yeah, we just need to do it on Madhouse and then follow a guide for the antique coins, because for anyone who doesn't know, there are two sets of coins. So when you play on like easy, the coins are in a different place. Madhouse has got its own set, so I will have to sit and watch a guide, but we just walk around with a circular saw, like Hypno Disc off Robot Wars, if anyone remembers that. Yeah, that's showing my age now. Yeah, I'm just gonna rip some molded up, right? That's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Rise of the Tomb Raider Platinum, nice. 100 trophies earned, so you've got a good bunch of that. It'll just be some of the endurance stuff, I imagine, that you need. I'm going to check anyway, just to know for my own peace of mind that I wasn't talking pure nonsense. Yeah, so we've got the endurance. You've done the Baba Yaga stuff. We've got the Cold Darkness still left, Croft Manor as well, and then the endurance co-op. It's a good chunky game, plenty of content. I really liked Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's probably the best of the three, I would say. I think although Shadow was still really good, I really enjoyed my time with it. I think it maybe dipped a tiny bit from Rise. Yeah, I think it's such a good game, and yeah, more Lara Croft, right? It's what we want. It's what the fans want. Roblox done. Another bunch of platinums. Rocket League, Saints Row 4 re-elected. We've got Get Out of Hell on here. The third done twice on PS3 and PS4. Nice. And then we've got Scheming Through the Zombie Apocalypse. Scribblenauts Mega Pack. Seasons After Fall. Nice. Missing Shadow of the Colossus, but you've got the platinum for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So yeah, clearly a Tomb Raider fan. Hopefully we see Tomb Raider or the definitive edition on PS4 when we get a little further down here. And I will say it again for the millionth time, please put them together. Why is it not called Tomb Raider and then Rise of the Tomb Raider or Shadow of the Tomb Raider, just so when we have them in alphabetical order we can see them together. Just nicer, isn't it? Skate 3 missing, but we do have Sleeping Dogs Platinum. This is actually, so apart from Horizon, which I mentioned I will be playing very soon, this is actually going to be my next new game. I hear a lot of good things about it. I was able to pick it up on one of the sales for like £3.99 or something. But yeah, I've heard many good things. I've looked at a little bit of gameplay, not too much, as I didn't want to spoil anything. I'd like to be, surprised by what I experience and just going fresh with it. I've totally gone off topic and forgot what I was going to say, but I'm looking forward to playing it. Yeah, everyone says a lot of good things, especially James. He's been badgering me for a long time, so it will be started in the next couple of weeks. I potentially might have started it in the next couple of days, but I've just seen that Chorus is coming off PS Plus and I really want to play it, so I feel like I might start that first so I can play it before it's removed off Plus, and then do Sleeping Dogs as well. So Sly series there, Band of Thieves, Honor Among Thieves, Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. I just like saying that every time, which is why we'll always read out Sly Cooper. Just Thievius Raccoonus. Sounds like a Harry Potter spell of some sort. Thieves in Time, Thievius Raccoonus. Absolutely, we're turning Malfoy into a raccoon or something, that'd be good. Sonic Generations and Soul Calibur 5 missed, but you have got the platinum for Soul Calibur 6, which is nice. Got some South Park games in there with the Stick of Truth and the Fractured But Whole. I do really want to play Snow Day. I didn't get it straight away because of what a lot of people were saying about the game, but I will get around to it at some point and make my own mind up with it. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. I do need to play Cosmic Shake as well. Get another SpongeBob game on there. So we've got Jedi Fallen Order as a platinum, and then Force Unleashed 2 you've tried. So this is, it's like, how do you try Force Unleashed 2 and not try the first one? Anyway, no more judging, Jeffrey. Let's get to the end of the list. But yeah, you've done Fallen Order. I recommend Jedi Survivor as soon as you possibly can. It's a great sequel and it improves on just about everything, really. It is really good. So we're one trophy off Starlit Adventures. I don't know what that is. Steep only 14 trophies. You've done Stray on the PS4, which is good. Nice platinum. And you've platinum Suicide Guy as well. Yeah, I did these as well, and the second one, I forget what it's. Is it Sleeping Deeply or something? I don't know. But when I was in my sort of grub phase, I did these. They're alright, they're not too bad. 9 trophies on Super Meat Boy though. I'm curious to see what you've managed. Let's have a quick look. I mean, you've unlocked the kid, which is hard in itself. Very, very good. Hospital Light World Without Dying, Salt Factory. So you've done a couple of the no death runs. That's impressive. You know, as you can see by the rarity of these, you know that they're all very impressive. I'd like to see you do a bit more on here. So another platinum sort of run here. Siphon Filter 1, 2 and 3. Siphon Filter Dark Mirror and Logan Shadow all done. Nice. You've done Tacoma. Chia, which I thought was a lovely little game. Nice little surprise, that one, being that it was free on day one. And yeah, me and Becky loved it. It was really cool. Tekken 7. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 Prologue, which is just 100%. But you got the Platinum for Tekken Tag Tournament HD as well. Telling Lies Platinum. Tennis in the Face. I've seen this a couple of times and I just don't get it. What do you mean, tennis in the face? Wow. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, The Artful Escape done, and the Ascent Platinum as well. Very good. Missing the Crew 2 and the Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Scrolls Online, totally understand. It's like 1 million hours or something, isn't it? But this is heartbreaking. 1 trophy, and then this is back in 2021, so probably not going to play it anymore. And 123 unearned trophies. So yeah, it's a lot. But you have done Skyrim twice, so clearly, you know, a fan. So maybe there's hope at some point. And you know, this is quite recent, 2024 July. So hopefully it's maybe triggered something to have a look at this again in the future. That would be good. The Gardens Between, which I thought was a lovely little game, nice little puzzler. Now this really hurts my feelings. Sorry, Player Changer, it does. I mean, for me, you know, a lot of people know this, but for those who don't, if Final Fantasy VII didn't exist, this is the best game ever made. For me personally, it's just my opinion. So to see 2 different versions with only 1 trophy and 3 trophies respectively, that does upset me a little bit. I'm not going to lie, it does. It's such an amazing game. I mean, you may well have done the story, because I'm pretty certain that you can do the story, can't you, and only earn 1 trophy on The Last of Us, if I'm remembering correctly, because a lot of the trophies are to do with finding, like you can see here, all comics, all artifacts, all manuals, collectibles, craft every item, unlock all Shiv doors, fully upgrade Joel, fully upgrade all weapons. Every single one of the trophies is for doing something a number of times, so it's quite easy to have missed something or not upgraded everything, that kind of stuff. So it's, yeah, that is crazy. So what, hang on a sec, oh my word, no. So yeah, what I was thinking, so when I remember when I very, very first played this on the PS3, and that's the reason I remember you can do the whole game with only getting 1 trophy, is because I only got the game for completing it on easy. I didn't follow a guide, I'd heard what the reviewers were saying and things at the time, and I just wanted to go in completely in the dark and just enjoy it. And I remember getting this. So you haven't even complete the story. So we've got the brick throwing contest, which is in the Left Behind DLC, which is the one for, is it when you stood up on the second tier in the mall and you're throwing them at the car windows and things? I think that's what that's for. So that is, and that's, yeah, it's in January this year. So what have you got on the PS3 one then? Let me just check this. Open link in new window. Right. So you've crafted every item, okay, and then you've completed it on normal, which is then stacked, the easy one. So yeah, you have done the story before in the past, and then see, at least I know you've seen the end. I was worried there that you hadn't experienced the game at all, but this, yeah, it still makes me sad overall. Enough about that, because I'm going to cry. We've got 100% with The Last Tinker, City of Colours, The Light in the Darkness, Platinum, nice. We've got 100% on the Pedestrian, Platinum for the Wild at Heart. Another one, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt 2 of 79 trophies. Oh my lord. Oh, let me just take a breath. Guys. Yeah, I think we've got some work to do, Play Changer, or you've some explanation at least. I need some explanation because you've got things like Red Dead 1, Red Dead 2 with 1 trophy, The Witcher 3 with 2 trophies, The Last of Us 1 trophy. It's like those 3 alone are in my top 5 games of all time, and they may not be for you. That's absolutely fine. But these games are top tier, and they have to be played. Oh, honest to God. Sorry if this, when it's watched back, looks like I'm being incredibly harsh, but I think a lot of you guys will be with me on this one. That these kind of games can't just be, shunned away and put to one side. So Wolf Among Us Platinum, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and Tinykin Platinums as well. Nice, there we go. I did think we'd see Tomb Raider, so clearly a big fan. And Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. So I was hoping for one or the other. We've got both, so that's even better. Very nice. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, only 8 trophies, but it is a difficult 8 out of 10 game, as we know. Totally reliable delivery service. Platinum, nice. Toy Story Mania done. Very good. And then see this, and then you've done Trackmania Turbo, so you're willing to put yourself through the absolute hell that's Trackmania Turbo, but then we're getting these amazing games with some narratives that are better than films just left. Anyway, this is very impressive, very, very impressive indeed. One I don't have, so my hat comes off. Well, it would if my hair wasn't a mess and too long. Tron Evolution done, nearly an ultra rare, nice. We've got the Uncharted series, so again, this does my head in as well, how they're out of order. But yeah, Drake's Fortune on PS3 done, and the remastered one. You've done the remastered Uncharted 2, but not the PS3 version, and then you've done the remastered version of Uncharted 3. Lovely. So clearly a fan. We need to see Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy on this list. 2 great games. And even if you were to do it as part of like the Among Thieves collection, which has got 100 trophies in, I mean, maybe do them separate so you can get a platinum for each, but either or, as long as you play them. Uno 100%, Unpacking Platinum, Untitled Goose Game Platinum, Virginia Platinum, nice. Got 100% with Virtua Fighter 2 there. Wanted, Weapons of Fate Platinum, Watch Dogs Platinum. Yeah, so started it on the PS3, didn't finish it, we've done it on the PS4. You've done We Were Here, and then we've got some unfinished wrestling games. Oh, we do have a platinum with SmackDown vs Raw 2010, one of the best ones to be fair. And then the 100% on 2K Battlegrounds as well. Yakuza 0 left at 12%, and then Yakuza Like a Dragon left at 40. So yeah, I wasn't joking, was I? It was the mixed bag that I promised you at the beginning. So let's have a little look at some milestones, and before we're looking at some stats, and then ultimately some end of the video tips. So the first trophy was for Resi 5, and again, this might add even further context. Like 5 years to have, this many games and this many unearned trophies is quite a lot, I would say. So we do really need to try and work on those if we can. Again, you might not be bothered, please tell me. First platinum was Assassin's Creed 2, a nice one to have, I like that. 10th platinum Borderlands 2, 20th was Ben 10, 30th being Ratchet and Clank All for One, 40th Sleeping Dogs, 50th Phineas and Ferb, 75th was Spider-Man, that's a good one, and GTA 5 for the 100th. I'm going to assume you've planned that because that's perfect. 125 was Unity, 150th Tacoma, Untitled Goose Game for 175th, and then again I'm going to assume this was a planned one for the 200th with Trackmania. 170 ultra rares, which is really good, and the rarest trophies, all 5 of them being Trackmania as expected. This has jumped up a little bit. It was 0.6 something the last time I'd seen it, so we're having a few people earning that lately. And then 3 great games in the cabinet: GTA 5, Mirror's Edge, Trackmania Turbo, very, very good. Let's have a little look at some stats. So a decent average rarity still, 41.84%, really, really solid. Like I've mentioned before, generally you'll see, we have a lot in the Discord server that are in the 30s and put a lot of focus into it. It's very impressive, but just naturally playing games, it's probably going to fall between 40 and 60 really. So this is really good because it's on the sort of the higher end of it, which is or the lower end, depending on how you like to look at this. So yeah, 41.84% is good. Again, the activity is a bit all over the place. We're getting spikes here, there, and everywhere. Then dips, but playing throughout, the entire, profile since October 19. So again, I'm in the way, but Sunday's the most popular day. 1,929 total trophies, and in terms of time of the day, we actually have a tie. So the hours of 9 till 10 and 10 till 11, player changes earned 1,069 trophies between those 2 hours, which is yeah. So a late at night player, we like it. But like I've always said, doesn't always mean that that's when the games are played. It's when the trophies are popped. Could have been playing all day and then they just happened to pop them. But it's just for a bit of fun, isn't it? In terms of kind of tips, and I think before we get to the end of the video, I think you already know what I'm going to say. There's certainly some games that I feel you need to add to the list, but if you are willing or in a position where you think you want to start looking at the stats, I'll maybe hold off on things like when I mentioned Lost Legacy, Uncharted 4, instead of these newer games to add to your already complete series. Maybe look at just cleaning up some games, even if it is just one cleanup to every one new game you play, so you don't get burnt out on cleaning old games up. It will get there, eventually. It's going to take some time, but by doing it that way, at least you're going to be slowly making progress. And I do swear by the Trophy Advisor. I don't think it gets enough love, if I'm very, very honest. So it's something that I often refer to, something I often turn to when I can't quite decide what to play, and maybe I just want to get some of the easier stuff done first. I know trophy rarity doesn't always tell you a full story. Look at the percentages on Elden Ring, for example. It doesn't always tell us how easy something is, but for the most part, it gives us a good idea. So you could bring this up, and then from here it's going to show you the game. So for example, here, Red Dead 2 is a long game, so I probably wouldn't say start your cleanup with this, if I'm honest. I'd probably plan that maybe a little further down the line. But maybe have a look at some of the first games that come up here that you can do, and just sort of pick that game out. Or you could even, I don't know, rather than using this screen, sometimes, let's try that. Sometimes I'll just put it into platinum. This is probably better because obviously Red Dead's got trophies that'll throw at you at the beginning, but in actual fact it's a 200, 300 hour game. It's probably easier doing it from platinum rarity as well, if you'd like. Again, I still want to know what happened here. Maybe there's that glitch trophy, but you can see here straight away, Telltale Batman, get that in, get that done. Looking at some of these others that you could go in. The rarities aren't too bad, to be fair. It's not too bad. Some of the games aren't going to be too easy. But if you're struggling for what to pick, maybe start with this and just say to yourself, okay, by a certain point in time, you maybe want, I don't know, Dredge to be the most common one. So then just pick up these 4 games, get them done in between playing some new stuff if that's what you want to do. Then revisit it in a couple of months. Did I hit my goal? Have I achieved my target? And then maybe pick out another couple, and then in time, it's going to slowly reduce. It really, really is. So I think it's probably not the best explanation, but I think hopefully you can see where I'm coming from with it. If you because there is a lot of games, let's face it, there's a lot to choose from. I think it's going to be a case of what's going to work best for you. And let's face it, a lot of them, I know I filtered it by platinum, but a lot of the unearned is from DLC games you've already done. So if you've got access to DLCs, maybe prioritize them first, go in and get these 100% done, and and then move on to something else. There's loads of ways you can do it, but if you are willing, there's a couple of plans you could put in place just to try and improve this, because there's some unbelievable games on there. I think it's now just a case of maybe tidying it up a little bit. But that's Play Changes list, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed me waffling on for a little bit, because I know it was a bit up and down and all over the place with this one, with the amount of finished games, unfinished games, games part way through, all that kind of good stuff. But if you've enjoyed it, please drop me a like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. It would really go a long way to helping the channel. So whatever you can do to help, I'd really appreciate it. And whatever you're doing, look after yourself, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.